Sports news now, with two matches already decided in Group B. Three-time African champions Nigeria are in strong position to pick the sole ticket in the qualifying campaign for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Our next report reviews the team's campaign so far.
Chance now for Nigeria.
On October the 9th, 2016, the Super Eagles proved many wrong when they went to Ndola, Zambia to beat the Chipolopolo 2-1, a ground the Zambians have never been defeated.
It's a change by passes by Nigeria. Chance now for Nigeria. When has been thrown out of his line, opportunity, and that's scored. 2-0 Nigeria lead here.
With that hurdle scaled, the players prepared for what many predicted will be their toughest challenge, the Desert Foxes of Algeria.
It's not going to be an easy game, but we'll do our best to make sure we get the 3 points. And we've got quality players here, collectively and individually. I think we're confident enough, and there's a lot of talents that we've got.
Victor Moses. Oh, the pass came a bit too late.
And on match day, the team did not disappoint football fans at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in New York, taking a 2-0 lead in the first half. Although the Algerians pulled one back to narrow the scoreline 2-1, Victor Moses' superb strike sealed it for Nigeria.
Actually, it was Algerian Nazi that gave him the pass. But that's Ahmed Musa coming forward, and a goal opportunity. Victor Moses. Oh, that is the prophecy.
It's a sweet scoreline the team will savor at the moment, but for technical advisor Gernot Ra, the job is not done yet.
A lot of work to do. We want to have a better team. We must progress. Some positions we can find something better, I think. But what I like in this team, we change the team, the same spirit. We had this good spirit already against Tanzania here and in Zambia. So we must conserve it and make better in several situations, defensively at first. Offensively, I think we are strong.
With this victory, we're playing well. Like the coach said, we're responding very well to what he wants us to do. Aggressive football, offensive football. Keep the ball, because we have a lot of young players who want to play. The movement in the team is very important. The way we move, Alex, Kelechi, Victor Moses today, we have to move around. So it's always difficult for the team to pick us up. So we have to continue like this and playing well like this. I think we have a very good chance of qualifying to the World Cup.
The Super Eagles now have a strong lead in Group B with 6 points and will face the indomitable Lions of Cameroon on August the 28th next year.
The fans are really experiencing.
It's a contrast, unfortunately so. The national under-20 women team today began their own campaign at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup on an unimpressive note in Papua New Guinea. And boy, did they suffer their worst defeat in the history of the competition, losing 6-0 to Japan at the Bava Park, Port Moresby. Now, Mami Ueno bagged the hat-trick, while Yuka Miki scored either side of the breaks as the young Nadeshiko ran right in the opening Group Game B. Both sides return to Bravo Park on November the 16th when Japan next faces Spain in a top-of-the-group clash, while Nigeria meets with Canada. Lewis Hamilton has won the Brazilian Grand Prix to ensure that the title championship with the teammate Nico Rosberg will go to the final race of the season. Hamilton led a rain-interrupted race from start to finish and did everything he could to ensure that he keeps the title race alive. The win for Hamilton means that he is now on 355 points, with Rosberg now on 367, a gap of 12 points going into the final race. Max Verstappen finished in third place. In tennis, Novak Djokovic earlier today fought back to beat Austria's Dominic Thiem in his opening match at the ATP World Tour Finals in London. The Serb, who is trying to regain the world #1 ranking from Britain's Andy Murray, won 6-7, 6-love, 6-2. Djokovic was warned for unsportsmanlike conduct after losing the first set but won 12 of the last 14 games. If he wins at least 2 group matches and goes on to lift the trophy, he will return to the top of the rankings.
Game. That match, Djokovic, 2 sets to 1, 6-7.
The stories outside of Nigeria now. It appears the United States might not be building a wall with Mexico under the incoming Trump administration after all. During an interview with CBS, the president-elect Donald Trump said a wall is more appropriate in some parts, but there could be some fencing. Trump has also promised that he will deport or jail up to 3 million illegal migrants. It's the first time he has put a number to how many people he plans to deport from the U.S. soil. The group of people comprise violent criminals, drug dealers and gang members. He intends to establish an expanded deportation force, and there are around 11 million undocumented migrants in the United States, and many of them are from Mexico. Trump has promised to overturn amnesties introduced by President Barack Obama and to strictly enforce immigration laws, deporting those without correct documents. And varying reactions have trailed the outcome of the U.S. presidential elections. And as the president-elect Donald Trump settles into the transition process, our foreign affairs correspondent Amarachi Ubani reviews elections week in America.
It has been said that no one saw Donald Trump's impending win at the polls because no one ever thought a billionaire with no political experience and with the most extreme views of American politics and institutions would ever be president. Only those who claim, using a number of indicators, that the odds were in his favor.
We are going to make America great again.
Ordinary Americans believe Donald Trump spoke their minds on many issues: the loss of jobs to China, the economy, immigration issues, keeping Mexicans out, and America's foreign policy, which they say has become weaker under the Obama administration. The Trump campaign fed off the anger and discontent of many white Americans who said they wanted to take their country back.
And I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged, I have to be honest.
Trump offered hope to thirsty America, as corroborated by his vice presidential candidate Mike Pence a day after the election.
Well, I just know from very early on it was clear to me that Donald Trump had given voice to the frustrations and the aspirations of the American people like no one since Reagan.
It took Americans a day to let the election results sink in before the protests began. People shouted slogans, and by Saturday, they had become violent. Perhaps Trump's words on election night had done nothing to douse what Americans have come to recognize as a divided nation.
Now it's time for America to bind the wounds of division. We have to get together.
Well, our political correspondent, Sheol Kimberloy, who just returned from the United States coverage of the elections, is telling me directly now that indeed President-elect Donald Trump has elected, as a matter of fact, he has appointed a new chief of staff in the person of Reince Priebus. And that's the latest from where the elections have just been concluded in the United States. And the main news again. The president today departed Nigeria from Marrakesh in Morocco to attend the climate change summit. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to push for support of the cleanup of Ogoni land and the resuscitation of the Lake Chad Basin. And that's how it's been on the News at 10 tonight. I want to thank you so much indeed for being a part of it. On behalf of everyone here, have a splendid night rest and good night.
This is Channels Television, celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting.